Hello and welcome into this week's edition of
YITTY!
It's where Nina, Blanco, and I yell at people because we're just angry motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dubs. That's Nina Blanco.
Hi.
And Nina, I got word from, of all people, my mother.
What?
About YITTY.
What do you mean?
So if you didn't listen to last week's episode, or was that the episode before? I don't know.
Who knows?
Lizzo started a shapewear line.
Yeah, that is called YITTY.
She named YITTY. Apparently, my mom said, I was like, Mom, where did you hear this? Apparently on like Good Morning America or something.
Oh, okay.
But apparently YITTY was her nickname as a child.
Shut up.
Right. Like
what?
Which immediately leads you to ask the question, like, why?
Yeah.
what would compel you to say to a child, I'm
YITTY.
gonna call you YITTY?
YITTY. I don't know. Like maybe she was really like giddy and they just like added like, I don't know. I don't know. But I guess because it's like sentimental. It was a nickname in her childhood, whatever. But
like we said, we don't really have a problem with it. We kind of more just hope you like our tweets and stuff, and send Nina a little shapewear package.
I would love one.
We're not like overly concerned, but it just of all people, my mother, by the way, getting the info.
Oh my gosh. So I just Googled really quick because I've never Googled this before. So Lizzo, I just Googled Lizzo's real name. It is like unexpected. I thought Lizzo was I don't
Jennifer?
know. I thought Lizzo was like maybe Lizzie, Elizabeth, Lexi. I don't know, something along those lines. Yeah. Her real name is Melissa Vivian Jefferson.
Maybe Vivian? Lizzo Vivi?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I had no idea though that was her real name.
Okay, well, so we still have no idea why a random uncle picked to call her YITTY when she was a child. Okay. I don't know that it was an uncle, by the way. So we're gonna continue with the investigation into Lizzo's history.
As to why I still don't like fully. I don't know. I guess now we know why it was the nickname, but like we need to figure out the nickname.
Right, now we need an interview with her best friend or whoever started calling her YITTY when she was
my gosh, I'm gonna do such a deep dive later.
I believe in you. I believe in you and your Google rabbit hole skills.
Thank you.
All right. So every week we like to start with you, me, and we. This week we didn't, but we're going to move to it now. So Nina, who do you want to yell at?
Okay, I need to yell at Nickelodeon right now.
Why?
Nickelodeon. All right. I got some beef with Nickelodeon. I mean, normally, I love Nickelodeon.
That's a weird thing to yell at.
I was definitely a Nick kid growing up, all of it. But Nickelodeon, they're acting a little shady towards JoJo Siwa right now. And so last night, they had their Kids' Choice Awards. Yeah. And for the first time since JoJo has been affiliated with Nickelodeon, she wasn't invited to their award show. And the question is, why? Because she was also nominated in their awards show.
Okay, that's different. Yeah.
She was nominated and she just finished up her tour, which had an affiliation with Nickelodeon as well. Okay. She had her movie is on Paramount Plus, which has an affiliation with Nickelodeon as well. And so she is still very much affiliated with Nickelodeon, but she was, for who knows what reason, not invited to the Kids' Choice Awards last night, and JoJo is a little sad about it. And JoJo put up a couple of Insta stories and posts and TikToks and stuff yesterday, and she said, hey, I just wanted everyone to know that it is not my choice to not go to Kids' Choice Awards. I would love to be there right now. I just simply wasn't invited. And so people are like, why? Why is this? And then what has changed? What's going on? Right. And the only thing that people can kind of point their finger at is the fact that in the last year, JoJo has come out. Yeah. And on top of that, she has cut off her signature ponytail. That's been breaking news over the weekend.
I mean, I doubt that's the reason.
No, but she cut her hair really short. Yeah. And so she is just going through just this next phase in her life in figuring out who she is. And that's the only thing that people can kind of look at. And,
it's weird because when you first said it, I was like, well, I didn't know she was still doing tours that were affiliated with them and stuff. So my first thought was, you know, she was a kid performer. She's not a kid anymore. She doesn't have anything to do with Nickelodeon.
She does, though.
But she does.
She has
she's
a lot.
Nominated by them.
A movie, a tour. She was nominated in the Kids' Choice Awards, but she was not invited. And JoJo, like, she's such a huge name still. Like, what is going on? And so the only thing that people are pointing at is like, what? Is it because of her sexual orientation?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's your first thought for sure.
It's so messed up. So, like, Nickelodeon, explain yourself. There's no reason that she shouldn't have been there.
And in today's day and age.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we got this stuff going on everywhere with like Florida and the Don't Say Gay bill. And that thing is like spreading like wildfire to other states, which is so disappointing and really heartbreaking. But for Nickelodeon, this big mega TV corporation, who they had a lot to do with her career in the last several years, and she's made a lot of money for them. The disrespect.
Yeah, man. It just feels like steps backwards. You know,
100%.
Like, these were things that, as you and I were coming of age, we felt like we dealt with. And I don't know. I hate to say we felt like we dealt with it for the first time, but it was a little bit of a revolution of like this.
This is gonna be okay, truly. Like, we're kind of realizing that it's not just, you know, one child, the gay kid at your school. Like, there are so many people, and you just, to criticize and to make judgment on that kind of a thing, it's like, it's baffling.
Well, it's not even, because like her going to the award show has nothing to do with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, even if parents are uncomfortable having that conversation with their kids, I would tell the parents that that's a parent issue, not a Nickelodeon issue.
Yes.
But that has nothing to do. She's not going to show up at Nickelodeon's thing and like have a big sign that says like, I like to lick pussy. Like, she's just a person that's going to be there. So like, to not invite her is...
It's messed up.
It's so damning for the company as a whole.
Yeah, and for kids. That's their favorite. And why isn't JoJo there?
That's so disappointing.
It is. It's very disappointing. So Nickelodeon, you got some splaining to do.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll hear some ridiculous statement from them.
Stupid.
Yeah. And then some apology, and then we're just supposed to let it go.
Yeah,
and
it's messed up. Messed up, man.
I'm glad I don't have kids that I would like, because I would try to pull them away from the Nickelodeon stuff.
Right.
Like, you're going to be like that? Okay.
Well, I mean, it's
hard with kids, like when they're attached to a show or something like that.
Yeah. And then they don't understand because they're watching the show for entertainment purposes. Yeah. It's nothing to do with like, oh, JoJo likes girls and boys. Like, what does that mean? It has nothing to do with any of that. They're just watching JoJo because she's entertaining and she's a favorite character that they see on TV, and they like her songs and the way she dances, which is the only thing that kids are paying attention to.
And it's weird also from the sense of like, the one thing that I feel like is pretty universally received is, let's talk about our mental health.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to discuss your feelings, talk about things, blah, 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 not push it all down and try to hide it.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is encouraging people to do that right now. Like, these kids, you're once again teaching them, don't talk about this. Yeah. Don't say anything.
Man.
And that's just such a bad habit to get into.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like it's universally received that people are like, hey, yeah, like if you have feelings, if you have a problem,
you
talk to a therapist, talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your teachers, talk to your
Except
bosses.
If you're a little gay kid, don't talk about it.
Right.
Nope,
like,
don't talk about it.
Like
what?
It's just going backwards.
It is. It really is. And it's disappointing.
Oh, that is disappointing. I was also disappointed in Etsy this week.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see what's going on with the Etsy boycott?
I did.
Yeah. So my little argument is with Etsy, they're upping the amount that they take from these individual creators who put up shops and stores through their website. Everybody knows that Etsy is where you go when you're looking for that kind of homemade crafted touch, for sure. Whatever it is. And the quality ranges vary and what you find varies. You can find really weird stuff. Yeah. You might not be able to find something really simple that you're looking for because it's Etsy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I wish I had more money to give to these smaller artists for things. So I don't shop on Etsy much because I just can't afford it.
Sure.
But like they're upping the percentage that they take from these artists who already struggle to make enough money to get by. Like,
that's not the only thing I heard. I heard that Etsy is also going to start initiating another like customer fee as well. So it's making it more expensive for the customers as well. Yeah. And then they're taking more from the actual creators.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
So this whole week, artists are boycotting Etsy.
Don't go to Etsy this week.
They're asking you to do it too.
Yeah.
Which I think you should. Listen, I understand Etsy has to make its money too,
but they're making their money.
But like, I never heard of Etsy struggling.
Right. So, exactly.
Like, can we leave it with the artists that have supported you? And like, listen, Etsy is saying like, oh, well, we do so much for the artists. Well, yeah, the artists also do so much for you.
Yeah.
Like if they don't put their stuff on your site, people don't go there.
Exactly.
And that's what they're trying to prove with the boycott.
Exactly.
And I think it's going to work. You know, King Supers went through this a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Where it was like, you know, these people who work here make your experience when you go there.
Yeah.
So if the people say, hey, please don't come because they don't realize our value, well, people stopped going and King Supers
They really did. Yep. They absolutely did.
So as much as we try not to put so much on greed and stuff like that, you can vote with your dollars. And I hope people do with Etsy for this week, and Etsy kind of gets the message.
Yeah. Low key, I'm pretty proud of myself for getting on my wedding shopping a little bit early.
Yeah.
Because I did get some stuff from Etsy. Like Etsy and weddings go so hand in hand.
Sure.
It's insane. And I was able to just like, I don't know, I needed some stuff for my invitations, right?
I was going to say, I'm going to put you on the spot. What specifically did you
I
did
ordered
you
these, like, they're clear bands that you put around your invitation, and then we had them customized. So it says my name and the boy's name and then the date we're getting married. And it's just like an extra cute little thing to put around your invitations to add that extra flair, which is why you go to Etsy. Like, I want some extra flair, you know, whether it be something for your wedding invitation or like a cool lamp in your house. Like what you can find on Etsy is incredible. And if you can't find it, quite honestly, you find a creator who does something similar and you message them and they will likely do it for you.
Yeah. And some of them are custom orders only. You know what I mean? Some of them, that's all they do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, listen, it's hard for creative people to make money in any platform. Etsy was a really good step in opening that up. And I just hope that the relationship between creators and Etsy can be fixed because it was such a good little marketplace for them.
Sure. So good luck to all the creators in Etsy. Get your shit together.
For the we want to yell at everybody.
Yeah. Denver. We're yelling at Denverites.
Now, hold on. Before we start yelling at them, I want to thank Denver for giving downtown the opening day that we've been missing for 2 years.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was crazy down there. Talked to a lot of my bartender friends, asked them how they did. They were like, listen, it wasn't completely back to... You know, how much we, but it was close. Yeah. And it's cool to hear that from them. They were jazzed up about how much money they made, how many people came down.
Yeah.
It was just a good day for the businesses downtown. And I absolutely appreciate that. I feel like we needed that as a city.
For sure.
Now we're going to yell at you.
Okay. Yeah. Because, I went there on Friday. Everything was great. It was such good vibes. It was beautiful weather. And everyone was just like, like you could just feel the joy in everyone, okay? And then Saturday comes along. And we had a friend who went down to the games on Saturday. And she was like, is it always that messy downtown? Because there was so much garbage in the streets.
After opening day, it takes like... So I lived like 3 blocks from Coors Field.
For a long time.
Yeah. And after opening day, it takes like 2 weeks for them to like actually get around to cleaning up the disaster.
2 weeks?
That is opening day.
Oh my gosh. There are like beer cans. There's so much like paper on the streets and plastic cups. But
it's everything, right? Like first the Denver city trucks have to drive around and pick up all the trash, right? Like the bags of trash.
Sure.
And then you've got like the street sweepers that got to go by. And then you've got the
volunteers sweeping the street.
Sidewalk. And, you know what I mean? Like, and so like all said and done, like, yeah, they do a little bit every day, but it takes like 2 weeks for it to get back to normal. And apparently everybody went a little bit extra this year. Which,
I guess we were excited.
I don't blame them.
But don't do that.
I don't blame them.
Dude, this is Colorado. We don't do that here.
And like what gets me is like you see some guy in a Be a Good Person t-shirt and then he like throws his Red Bull can around and you're like,
you fucking dick.
Yeah, like, take the shirt off. Take the Be a Good Person shirt off.
You don't deserve that shirt.
You're not doing it. And I feel like that's very much the Colorado vibe. We're like, we don't do that. And then opening day, it's like, well
we get drunk and then we do that.
Then we do that. So try to be a little bit better of a patron when you go down. But I understand it was the first, I don't know, big party for everybody in a long time.
For sure.
All right. We like to bring a little bit of good news. We spent the whole first half yelling at you.
That was a lot of negativity.
It was. So we're going to bring a little good news, bring it back to a little bit of positive vibes. So I want to talk about this really cool invention that Stanford University made. Okay. So solar panels are the way that they're trying to, even in, you know, the corners of the earth, get electricity to people who don't have access to grids like we do here in America.
Yeah.
And it's, for the most part, been very helpful to them. However, they can only get energy during the day for the most part. The transfer to a battery isn't always, like, you don't get 100% of the power.
Sure.
Batteries are very expensive.
Right.
And they're also very big. You need, like, huge batteries if you're going to power an entire, you know, town or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
So it makes it difficult on them. It's kind of not practical to have energy at night, which is the time where you kind of
that's when you need it.
Wish you would have it.
You need it.
You know what I mean?
You know?
So at Stanford University, they've built these solar panel / batteries that actually take heat from the earth and turn it into energy.
Heat from the earth?
Yeah. So the sun heats up the earth as it spins, right? And part of what happens when the earth is on the dark side is it radiates essentially heat.
Okay.
And it radiates it back out into space. And they found a way to capture that and turn it into energy. Now, it's not as efficient as when the sun is beating down on solar panels, but it's at least enough that it creates energy for these solar panels so they can be used at night as well as during the day.
Wow.
And I thought that was kind of cool. Like,
okay, Stanford. I see you.
Like, these are the things we talked about it a couple weeks ago with something else, but like these are the things that are like the cool little things that like maybe this saves the human race because we suck at everything. And
I know, for real.
we're like burning energy at a ridiculous rate and all this kind of stuff. And these are like the little things that they come up with that you're like, ooh, hope, please.
Right? Oh my gosh, that is really cool though that they were able to do that.
Yeah, and you hope that, you know, there's things like Starlink and stuff. You know about Starlink, right?
Yeah.
So there's things like Starlink and stuff. We're creating a world where you can have modern advancements without sucking the planet dry, and I think it's kind of cool.
That's what we've been needed for a long time.
Yeah. All right, so now we got to talk about the whack ass of the week.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of found it this
week.
You
found this. This was so good.
But Nina agrees that Jer-Bear is our whack ass of the week.
Jer-Bear.
So this guy, Jerry, or Jer, as he signed the letter, wrote a letter, not really even a letter,
to his employees.
Posted a sign at his work to his employees that they were forbidden to talk about how much money they earned.
Do you have the post?
Yeah, I can pull it up.
Do you want to read them? Because
they're kind of long, but I can read it.
I mean, his is definitely long, but I would like for you to at least read the other one.
All right. So it says, attention all subordinates, effective immediately. Conversing about wages, both on duty and off duty, strictly forbidden. Come on now.
Come on.
This is considered proprietary information, and as such, it is protected legally. If you are overheard speaking, and then in parentheses, in all caps, or listening to
like what
a conversation in which wages are discussed, you will receive disciplinary action up to and including termination. As a reminder, Kentucky is an at-will state, meaning your employment can be terminated for any reason without legal percussion. Not the right word there, Jer-Bear. So, or they don't have to have a reason to fire you is really what he's trying to say.
Right.
It says, if you have questions, ask Jer, and then it has his phone number on the bottom.
Freaking Kentucky, man. This would come from Kentucky.
Hi, welcome to America.
Yeah.
That's not legal.
That's not true. None of that is true.
And that's, first of all, they can't mandate what you don't talk about outside.
Outside of work, too. The fact that he even said, like, within work hours while you're working or outside of work. Like, no.
Like, is there a non-disclosure? So it turns out this is a Planet Fitness, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't think Planet Fitness has you sign an NDA before you get employment there.
So one of the subordinates wrote a letter back to Jer-Bear.
Oh my God.
It's so good. It's so great.
I'm in love with this girl. She has a bunch of hammer and sickles to show the support for the Communist Party.
All over the paper.
I think just to kind of mess with him. And she says, yo, Jer-Bear, seeing as you're a manager in the great and illustrious world of Planet Fitness gym franchises, it may behoove you to become familiar with the laws pertaining to it. Sprinkling in legalese and word salad across an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper you printed does not a legal doc make. Get him.
I love it. I love it.
Since research ain't your forte, I've included a link to pertinent documents on the left, right, top, and bottom of this paper. Kind of hard to miss.
All over the piece of paper, and she put the link.
Like in the margin, she put the link to
all
this.
Over.
She said, needless to say, you can't legally tell us not to discuss our wages in the good old US of A, and we will continue to do so. Furthermore, for making this a little more streamlined, let's put everybody's numbers down. And she lists 10 people who gave her their wages, what they make.
And she wrote it.
And she printed it all out.
Like $10.50 an hour, $12 an hour.
Yeah. She said the rest of your, quote, subordinates could not be reached, but they're welcome to write their names above with their wage. And above that, there's like another 10 people
in pen
who signed their name and wrote their wage.
They did.
And she signed it, love. I thought that was sweet.
That's nice.
Love, $10.50 an hour, Shelly.
Get him, Shelly.
I'm in love with Shelly.
Get him.
I've never met her before. I've never talked to her. I don't know what she looks like, but I am in love with Shelly.
That's so great. That is so good.
It's another one of those situations, kind of like the Etsy thing we were talking about. Like, just stop trying to screw everybody. Like,
right.
Why are you trying to not let them talk about their wages? Because you don't want somebody to know that somebody else is making more and then ask for more money.
Right.
Which, by the way,
messed up.
$10.50 an hour is
like
not
nothing.
a good amount of money.
It is
like,
peanuts.
And no doubt that's why people are talking about how much money they're making, because that is not a livable wage.
At all.
To work at a gym, nonetheless, like you have to have certain certifications and stuff to work at a gym.
Oh, for sure, like personal trainers and stuff like that.
There's a certain amount of training that you have to be allowed to do that.
Right.
And so it's like you are grossly underpaying your people.
Yeah.
And when I saw that letter that he posted kind of made its way around the internet. And I saw that and I was like, I want to set, like, it already had whatever 90,000 retweets
a bunch
or
of
whatever.
tweets, yeah.
But I'm like, I want to send this to my ACLU sister and just have her go to town on. You know what I mean? Like, I just want this guy to get his due. Yeah. And then the next day, Shelly comes in with a power elbow.
Take that, Jer-Bear.
Jer-Bear, our whack ass of the week.
Yeah, for sure. Talk about it, dude. Forget that, man. That's so annoying.
Have you ever had a boss that was like,
don't talk about it?
Yeah.
No, I've never had a boss that like told me not to talk about it, but it was not a point of discussion ever. Like they didn't ever bring it up.
It is, well, yeah.
And then me just being like young and naive and not knowing and hearing, oh, it's taboo. You're not supposed to talk about your salary. Like I totally believed that. And then I was like, wait, that's not a rule?
Well,
like,
even when we worked together, like it didn't come up until all of a sudden COVID hit.
Yeah.
And they started asking people like, if you make over this amount, you can either take unpaid vacation or you can take a salary cut. Like
and then seeing all the people that were able to take unpaid vacation and we were still working, I was like, wait.
Nina and I, turns out, made like close to the same amount, and like
we still had to work.
Yeah, and like a couple of the like really, there's you know the people who get paid really well over there
for sure.
You can tell who they are. They like walked in and like in casual conversation with us were like, oh, can you believe this pay cut we have to take? And Nina and I kind of like looked at each other like, we don't have to take it.
Like we don't make above that line that they had mentioned in that memo. So, and they were like, ooh, yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go home now.
Yeah. You're going to save a bunch of money by firing us. Congratulations.
And then they still fired us and we don't make a lot of fucking assholes.
Oh, God. Listen,
Damn.
it's a really awkward conversation to have, but I encourage you to talk to your coworkers about how much money you're making. They're trying to make it taboo because the knowledge is power. Like when you go in and you have a negotiation about whatever. I mean, listen, it could be my buddy was a cook making $16 an hour, and he started talking to people. I'm making 18. I'm making 19. And it's like, well, go ask for 19 then.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So they just want to keep you in the dark, and I know it's an awkward conversation, but try to have it with your coworkers. If you have somebody that you're super close with, it's definitely information that you should know. And don't be like Jer-Bear.
Don't. Screw Jer-Bear.
Fuck Jer-Bear. That's how we'll leave you with this week's edition of YITTY.
YITTY.
Thank you so much for listening. She is the incomparable Nina Blanco. You can find her on all the social medias at the Nina Blanco.
And find Dubs at Dubs the Third.
We do YITTY every Monday, so make sure you tune in next Monday to see the newest episode. And Nina Blanco's podcast will come out in between then. She puts it out every Fridays. So make sure you're checking this YouTube channel or look for it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Hell yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.